All right, so what we're going to discuss today is the Nest thermostat. I believe this is the third generation. This is the higher end device. If you're looking for a video on how to install these things, you can pretty much turn it off right now, because this is not that video. If you're looking for a video describing how wonderful the Nest is, this is not that video. I think this is the only one where this particular generation is actually torn apart. So we're gonna get in there. When I tore this apart, I removed the bottom portion, and this, I'm not exactly sure, but I believe these are 3 infrared sensors. I've got one here that had some sort of like schmoo on it, sort of a conductive paste. You've got one here, which I believe is for close-up infrared, and then you've got a far infrared one. I'm pretty sure they're not visible light because the covering was translucent. So you have at least 3 sensors looking out at you. So normally what you have is let's see if we can get this apart here. Yeah. This is the sub base. They've got a nice little level there, and these are where you stick your various wires to hook it up. And this is the connector to this part here. You take apart this. There's the back. It says USA design, China made. Seulement pour la circuit du classe 2. And you take it apart, and this is just the sub base. There's a lot of electronicals, highly engineered. A lot of all surface mount, which are space saving and inexpensive. That particular circuit there does have a number on it. It is Texas Instruments. I actually got a number off of there and looked up the data sheet, and I had no idea what it really does. I couldn't tell. I'm not an electrical engineer. A lot of these components I can't even identify what they are, resistors, or I think these little guys here are transistors. I'm not exactly, I don't even know what these guys are. Yeah, that little thing comes off. And that's a coil of some kind of choke coil. And there's even stuff on the back. Man, I mean, and keep in mind, and I'm going to come back to this point again and again, this is just a thermostat, folks. It's supposed to control the temperature. Now, if you've got a heat pump or a furnace or some kind of really high-end hoity-toity heating system and air conditioning system, then this might be the thing for you. But if you've got a typical late 19th, early 20th century heating system, like a steam or gravity hot water conversion, I don't think this thing is designed for that very well. All of these components here, I have no idea what they do, and there's no way of looking them up. They all say Nest on them, which means they're definitely proprietary. It's literally gold-plated. Again, a lot of surface mount components, highly engineered, very dense, and that's just before you get out of the sub base. It hooks into here with this. So let's get to the meat of this guy. This is the back, and there's the connectors as shown before. This is the connector tab, connector ribbon. See if we get that. Yeah. And I've got the back off, and that is the NiCad cell. This becomes disconnected, and I've got this already disconnected, and I've already pulled this off. Yeah, that's why you got to power this thing up. You can't run this with a 2-wire. You got to have that 3rd wire. This thing becomes discharged, and it doesn't start. It starts not to work very well. All of this electronics here, I'm pretty certain works to control the discharge and charging rate in monitors, the NiCad, or excuse me, the lithium. Lithium battery, that's what I meant. I kept saying NiCad. What am I saying there? Yeah, this is lithium. Lithium is the simplest metal known, and it really wants to turn into a gas. In fact, if it had one less proton, it would be helium. So you got to have a lot of electronicals just to maintain this battery to keep it from blowing up. Of course, that's with any lithium cell. But moving on. So this is the outer ring. Again, this is a very well constructed, highly engineered part. Got a lot of stuff going on here. And what you've got here is definitely a video camera, because that corresponds to, let's see, where you're right by the nest there is a hole. Let's see if we can spot it. Let's see. There's the lens that it looks out through. So you've got a video camera there, right there. And it wouldn't surprise me if there wasn't a microphone on this thing that they're not telling us about. Again, a lot of electronics, a lot of surface mount stuff. I'm not even sure what that is. Processing chips. Not sure what that component is. And then what's under this shield. So let's find out, shall we? Pop this off here. Is it? Oh, the heart of the beast. Chinese components. I don't know if this thing is capable of giving you some focus numbers, but if you look under these, you can probably find out what they are. This is what allows it to connect to the internet. These things, this thing's glinting. Amazing. We got another shield here. Let's pop this off. Lovely. Just lovely. All kinds of stuff in there. All for controlling the heat and air conditioning. I don't know. A lot of electronics just to do that. When I took this apart, this came out. I didn't do a very good job of taking that apart, but there's a lot more. There's some more electronics. And under here, I believe, is for the display screen. I haven't really taken this apart yet. God knows. I might do that one day, but you get the idea. I think it's overbuilt for what it does. I think this is it's probably sells your information to the highest bidder, and I'm not sure I'd want this in here. I have seen these things fail, and I have seen these things when they backfeed burn up components on boilers. So this is what's inside of a nest, and this is definitely going to the recycling bin so we can recycle some of this gold and some of these electronicals. And I don't know, lithium doesn't really recycle very well, unfortunately, my understanding. So there we are. There's the nest. I wouldn't put this in my house.